Hey guys, first Regardsman here, and I'll be talking about a fencing power sword build using the new one-handed bolt carbine option on the Bulwark class to completely trivialize Tyranids on hard strats and operations. Now, the fencing power sword is a super popular weapon on this class because it has an A+ speed. That makes the weapon itself feel way better, like the whole combo flow of this just feels really good for new players especially, and because of that we're building around that today. And also, one more thing here is that 0 frame startup parries, which means like the moment you press your parry button, you will immediately get a parry window. Those weapons are very strong on bulwarks. That includes fencing and block, because the perk here, Intimidating Aura, kind of just makes up for like any damage loss you would normally have on like a fencing weapon, because it does so much damn damage on its own, and having a 0 frame startup on your parry will make these triggers happen far more often. So a really powerful interaction there. Now for the perk tree on this, I do start off with the perk here, Armored Strength first. If you have armor remaining, melee damage increases by 10%. This is super easy to maintain on the Bulwark because we do have the perk here, Armor Reinforcement. Non-finisher gun strikes for one armor segment. Now, because we have a fencing weapon, we'll be doing gun strikes all the damn time, so keeping our armor up off of this is super damn easy and does keep us up with our armored strength the entire time. Next perk here is Master of Offense. After you switch sword combat style, you will deal 20% more melee damage for 5 seconds. The cooldown is 10 seconds. Now, you can switch your sword combat style in a dodge in this game, and what that allows you to do is immediately go from a dodge into a sword combat style switch for the 20% buff here, and you can do a lunging attack from that and trigger your power rake immediately after with the cutting edge bonus. Now, if you don't know how that works, I do have a full bulwark guide on this channel in the description below, but for the most part, this is a very good perk. Next perk here, Perpetual Strength. Down here to Perpetual Strength again. Then I pick up the perk here, Tranquility, into the perk Melee Onslaught. This weapon deals 10% more melee damage. This is just a nice flat damage buff into the perk here, Hard Target. While performing a light combo, you will take 15% less range damage. Now, we are an A+ speed weapon, so triggering light combos is super easy for us to do. And the next perk here is, of course, the perk Cutting Edge. Power Rake deals 50% more melee damage. Now, it does not matter what power sword you're using. It could be fencing, balance, block, or like the Xenophase Blade. The Power Rake is always the strongest attack on this weapon. 50% more damage on that is tremendous in this game, and because of that, you will just always take this perk. The perk up here, Reeling Blow, just kind of sucks, so definitely grab this one. Next perk here is Extremis Slayer, up here in Majora's Slayer, and of course, Terminus Slayer. We do skip over Minora's Slayer here because every single power sword mops up Minoras pretty easily, and the fencing one can also just parry them for armor, so you really don't need a buff here. And instead we take the perk here, Power Restoration. Power style attacks restore 100% more contested health. Now, this is super valuable for us because the power style attacks on the power sword, every single swipe of a light attack on these will set up a Hormigaunt or like a Zangor into a gun strike opportunity, unless it's like a shield Zangor, because shield Zangors are built different. But getting the double CHP recovery there, that helps you avoid chip damage while you are setting up your gun strikes, so really good option here. And speed restoration is just not remotely as valuable. And that's pretty much all there is for the melee weapon here. Now, for our secondary, we take the fabled new bolt carbine option. Now, this one is kind of mediocre on the damage, not gonna lie. The ammo capacity here is okay. You know what this thing is good for, though? CHP recovery. Your contested health recovery on the rapid fire of this feels really good in this game. I think once they buff up the damage a little bit, it will feel significantly better overall, because let's be real, a buff for this weapon is coming eventually. If you don't want to use this, if you want to take like a heavy bolt pistol on the ammo reserve option or the heroic option, you can do that. I would set them up this way, or even like the firepower bolt, firepower plasma pistol, not bolt pistol. The firepower plasma pistol, the gun strike damage here is very high, or even like the heroic one, because all of these do work, though the heroic one's definitely the hardest to use. But today, we are taking this one. Now, the variant I choose here is the magazine capacity ammo reserve option, mainly because, like I said before, this weapon's ammo economy is not super strong. It's not god-awful, it's just you definitely want a fatter magazine capacity and ammo reserve option, because that will help you out a ton. Now, for the perk tree setup, there are really only two good paths in my opinion, so you either take these two perks first with increased capacity and extended magazine, or you go down here for Divine Might and Adamant Hunter. Now, Adamant Hunter says when your health is below 30%, headshots will deal 25% more damage. On a Bulwark class, you are very tanky on pretty much every build ever, so being that low is really not too bad for you, but I just prefer the ammo up here because ammo is just kind of king on this gun. Next perk here is Fast Reload, down here into the perk Cleaving Fire. And then we pick up the perk here, Retaliation. After a perfect time dodge, you'll deal 25% more damage for 10 seconds. Moving here into the perk Tactical Precision, because headshot damage is just by far the most important portion of this gun. And the final perks here are Gunstrike Reload, which you'll be triggering all the time because we get gunstrikes on this build all the time. And the final perk is, of course, Elite Hunter. After you kill a Majoris or higher enemy with a melee weapon, headshots will deal 25% more damage for 10 seconds. Now, this perk will trigger on a melee execute, not just a melee kill. I say that every time because a lot of players don't realize that when it says kill with a melee weapon, it also means you can just do a normal execute, and because of that, you'll have this 25% buff up pretty much all the time. However, to reapply this buff, you do have to wait for the initial 10 seconds to be up, and you can see the duration of this below your HP bar in the left corner in game, so just keep that in mind. But overall, very strong perk effect. 25% damage increase here to headshots is very good, and you also find that on like an audible rifle and stuff like that. And that's pretty much all there is for the weapon selection. Now, for the perk tree, would you take the perk here, Intimidating Aura, first? A perfect time parry deals AoE damage in a 5-meter radius. The cooldown is 5 seconds. This perk will do more damage than your melee weapon here. Like, your fencing weapon here for the power sword, this is mainly good for horde control, like most fencing weapons are, but as far as damage is concerned, Intimidating Aura, this will do a stupid amount of damage. You will do over half of a sword warrior's HP in a single parry every 5 seconds in a 5-meter radius. You just take this. It's a top tier perk option and kind of makes the whole build flow pretty well. Next perk here is Scramble Targeting. If you are surrounded by 5 or more enemies, you will take 25% less damage from ranged attacks. Then we move here into the perk Armor Reinforcement. Non-finisher gun strikes restore 1 armor segment. I will say this perk is predominantly good against Tyranids, and Steel Within is better on like double faction maps or Chaos, because Chaos doesn't give you as many gun strikes. It has gotten much better with the addition of Chaos Spawn in patch 10, but still, Armor Reinforcement is like mostly good against Tyranids. If you want to take this instead, you definitely could, but we're taking this one today for the Tyranid faction. Next perk here is Advanced Conditioning. Contested health fades 50% more slowly for all team members. This is a new player build for the most part, so managing your contested health for newer players is pretty difficult for the most part. Like, this is something a lot of them struggle with, so having a 50% increased window on that is really good for them, though I would say overall Focus Restoration up here is better. Next perk here is Purity of Purpose. The banner deals damage over time to enemies with zero effect. This perk will almost 100 to 0 a sword warrior and like wipe out Minoris and do significant damage to extremists and bosses. And the other perks in this row, like, or column I should say, like Rapid Regeneration, this one, the armor restoration effect here is pretty good. However, it will cut your banner duration in half, which just sucks. You're also losing all the damage of Purity of Purpose, so for the most part, this is just the best option overall. Next perk here is also the strongest option overall for most players, which is Invigorating Icon. When the banner is activated, all team members regain maximum contested health, but recharges 50% slower. Now, this perk just maxes out CHP, so the moment you put this down, you and your teammates in the vicinity will all get a max white bar, and you can then recover your HP off of that if you are unaware. Now, a 50% slower recharge rate does kind of suck, but honestly, healing is so ridiculous when it's printed as like just a pure printing machine for HP and med stims that does not matter. Next perk here is Rejuvenating Effect. When the banner is activated, it revives incapacitated squad members with zero effect. This perk is pretty good for helping out your teammates. I will say the perk here Defensive Mastery is better combined with the perk here Merciless Resolve for no knockback, but on a like new player build or an automated build, this one is definitely a better option. Also, Defensive Mastery is bugged at the moment that I'm talking about this to have no cooldown at all, and because of that, we're taking Armor Advance because this one gives you no knockback while you have armor remaining, and we do have Armor Reinforcement on this build, so this will be up pretty much 24/7. That's pretty much all there is for the main perk tree. Now, for our Prestige perk options, you can take a few options here. Number one, Auxiliary Reload to just like maintain ammunition on your secondary. This is definitely better with like the plasma pistol and the new bolt carbine secondary, because the bolt carbine secondary is a pretty big magazine on our build, but if you don't want to take this, you can just go straight for resilience into overcharge, powerful shot, and masterful defense. I'm taking resilience, overcharge, powerful shot, masterful defense on this build because I don't really value the ammunition recovery on the bolt carbine that highly. I know we have it selected here, but like for the actual build guide, we will be taking these four, and that's pretty much all there is for this build, guys. You know, the Bulwark is still a truly staggering powerhouse of a class in Space Marine 2 patch 13. This guy's probably going to be S tier all the way to Space Marine 3, like, let's be honest, but hopefully this build guide helped you. I know a lot of you guys like the power sword, and if you like content like this, subscribe for more. If you want to watch me live to ask you questions about the game or just come hang out, you can find me here on YouTube or on Twitch with a link in the video description, and also a link to my community Discord. And as always, thank you for watching, take it easy, Bye.
Rally at the lift and proceed to the objective. Stay alert. That is no ordinary thing. Steal your minds. For the Imperium of Man. We have trampled the tittering pipes. Neuro. Perfect for resistance.
Attention boarding parties. We have confirmation that Combat Squad Phaedrus is lost. I need a mission status update from all remaining combat squads. Combat Squad Heraton here. Redirecting along newly advised path. Combat Squad Octavio reporting in. Cyclonic armament secured for now. Talasa, you are nearing the reactor cooling hall. Report on his condition when you arrive.
We crushed the ravenous brood.
We do have an ammo box like right over there, and also that below us, so definitely do that.
Ready to deploy. Waste nothing, brothers. That silenced the Tyranids fire chiseled.
So the FTs walked through nerve beam that we dodged, so we didn't get perfect dodge, but you can perfect dodge the beam, but you can also just get normal dodge on it.
Melton, ready. Searching rounds. This tide of Xenos is ending. We crush the ravenous brood.
Hey man, been playing for a few days now. I was wondering if there really is that big of a difference between the Xenophase and Relic balanced ones. The Xenophase... Okay, so the reason the Xenophase is good... Alright, this is where Cleaving Fire comes in handy, because we do 25% from his block, and he will just not open up otherwise. Unfortunately, this guy does no damage, so make him less handy than I thought. Can't do that. Because your shield bash will stagger Brave guys when they're blocking.
This galaxy is not yours.
Becomes a more handy on a better gun, to be honest. But on the note, the Xenophase Blade. So the Xenophase Blade perk is called Ancient Technology. It's a 20% wider wave on your power rakes and also a 20% damage increase. That is both a vertical increase and a horizontal increase. And what that will do for you is give you an opportunity to hit Zangor Enlightened and Neurothropes and Zoanthropes out of the air far more easily on your power rake. Power rake being the light into heavy attack. This is power rake right here, light into heavy. So that's the main reason to use the Xenophase. And the damage is also quite strong on it. So I would say, I think it's the best balanced version, personally.
Talassa, your new orders are to destabilize the reactor, cause a temperature spike, and the Tyranids may redirect their assault to you, buying Heraton and Octavio some time to prime the armaments. When you reach the reactor's cooling console, disable the emergency blast shields.
Fight around. Okay. Alright, man, thanks for the answer. I've been having a ton of fun with the Heroic Sniper as well. If I could help out, man.
Emergency blast shields retracting.
Evening, brothers and sisters. What's up, Chunk, man? We're currently doing what I think is like one of the easiest builds in the game to run, which is a Pensive Power Sword.
Concentrate fire on the exposed cooling rods.
Aim for the exposed rod sections.
Elements of the cooling rod array are clogged.
Saturday's kites and shell casing. Where shall I plant this flag?
Elements of the cooling rod array are clogged.
The coolant rods are visible.
Elements of the cooling rod array are clogged.
Inserting rounds. The Imperial fresh cartridge. Coolant rod decommissioned.
Registering extreme temperature fluctuation. Plasma cooling efficacy severely reduced. Excellent, Talassa. You will need to repeat the same process at the second array. Access granted to the bridge console.
The gun beast is down. Gun beast. It must not be allowed to fire. Tyranids with power. Astartes with power. to the second array, brothers. Crush the ravenous brood.
Brothers, I'm gonna buy Space Marine 2. A good choice, brother. Did I even say it right? Baboodle, brother? Battle, brother. A phenomenal choice in game. Much better than Hellslop 2.
Ammunition here. Move to the second array, brothers.
FTG has one figure out the timing of the Neuro Beam on the zone and Neuro Beams versus directional. So the Neuro Throw Beam, the timing changes a little bit depending on how far away you are from it. It's also a little bit easier to, it's a lot easier to dodge close range. The Zone Throw Beam, you gotta dodge it like the moment the beam starts to go outwards. Like once they're charging up and they actually send it forward, that's when you dodge usually. The Zone Throw one.
Rearm. Reload. Blast knock out.
Alright, with the ammo now. That's the only downside of this gun here. Plasma will mop this shit up in like 2 seconds. Hello Guardsman, love the content on YouTube. I'm glad to be watching your gameplay on Twitch as well. Also, I have a question about the drops. Since I'm playing from Steam, do I earn them the same way as I do for other drops in the game? It should be the same. People have some issues with their drops a little bit recently. So like what you have to do is go to like the Prisma account, which is like the pros account, because Focus Entertainment, which is the company that makes, or the publishing company of Saber Interactive, which makes Space Marine 2, they tend to link their in-game rewards to there for like all their games or for Woodsy and stuff. And the link on Twitch is broken. But if you go to your account details and have that linked on the actual website, that should fix it for you. That's what people have been saying. Hopefully that answered your question.
Execute that one. Let's get summoned. Fresh steel yourself. More are coming. Inserting round.
Elements of the cooling rod array are clogged. Elements of the cooling rod array are clogged.
Great shot to the lead. You think an automatic weapon would be good for this? We're not gonna aim to kill these. We'll get one. Okay, two.
Identify blockages and remove Xenos organisms.
Galaxies the door.
That's a good CHP we're doing this thing. Will I have enough ammo? You can go all the way back to like the oxygen. There's like 3 ammo crates in this area, but I feel like this one should just be a loadout station here because it's usually the one you need to go back to anyways.
Ammunition here.
I guess I'll take the equipment because we have nothing else. Bro, sorry my English very bad. I'm from Russia, very happy. No problem at all, dude. It's all about fun. The space gaming too. I mean, my Russian is terrible, so. And I wouldn't even make an attempt. Your English is better than my Russian, put it that way.
All roads are now inoperational.
Temperature set critical.
I can say spasibo.
Plasma reactor shutting down to prevent
Spasibo
catastrophic
for
detonations.
watching. Did I say spasibo? That's thank you in Russian, right?
Talasa, do not let the reactors cool down.
I used to have some Russian friends I played Daisy with back in the day were Armor 3.
And force the plasma reactors to overheat. Updating our route to the plasma reactor.
Okay. We need the ammo. There's the ammo box right there, but we want the full thing, we want the real deal. Elite movement tech. Like, you play with bots is challenging. Well, it'll make it a lot easier here. In a little bit. Use this build. This build is probably the easiest for Tyranids. There are a couple things I changed for Chaos. Probably just like advanced conditioning over. I'll probably take focus restoration, and I mean, I guess you could take advanced conditioning. Probably swap to a plasma though. Lots of plasma. Take seal within. Probably the best bet.
Follow me through.
Talasa, have you received word from our brother in Combat Squad Heraton? His approach vector should have taken him through the technical underbelly.
Negative. But judging by the damage, he may have taken this route.
Understood. Be advised, we remain under heavy Tyranid assault.
Once they feel the heat from the plasma reactors, we believe they will abandon your position.
This is ill-advised, Talasa. If you do not bring the reactor to detonate, the cyclonic warheads will be wasted. Combat Squad Octavio will redouble our efforts to draw the Tyranids away from your position instead. Rapacínos fills no quarter, Octavio.
Failed at home. Failed. No one's back. Tonight. Our glorious banner strengthens our crush the ravenous brood. So, what for such onslaught?
Might be ammo. Yep.
Waste nothing, brothers.
Talassa, we have lost contact with Heraton leader, and Octavio is pinned down.
Wish we could select what grenades we can carry. Melta might be a bit too strong, but still. I mean, they said they might change that actually. They're probably gonna exclude Melta because they know it's like the most powerful equipment, but like picking a Pyroblaster canister, crack grenade shock, like that's not gonna make you. I mean, there are a million ways to up the difficulty in this game now, strategy modifiers anyways. I don't really think that's a bad thing. Like, is getting a crack grenade at the beginning of like this weekly really gonna make it easier for most of the player base? Probably not that much.
Beyond this point, provide sufficient ocular scan authorization in order to proceed. Security protocols dictate that only Clade principal servitors have entry authorization.
Search the fallen servitors.
I would normally take a restorative stim, but I'm pretty sure I found those have just been turning into this patch. Restorative stims have been turning into normal stims in my inventory.
Their faces hold the ocular data we require.
Chaos stones. Yeah, Z's trickery. 100 illusion Skyrim
The
stims.
sacrifice is not complete until we have their eyes scanned.
Okay, kill these guys. Okay.
None of these servitors have access. Waste nothing, brothers.
Show me the body. Never played Payday 2. Body over there. That dead body.
Their faces hold the ocular data we require. Checking this servitor.
There's absolutely nothing this book can't handle with Tyranids.
The supremacy of Ultra. soil no longer trembles at the ravenous presence.
What's up, man? What's up? Cuz Lightyear.
Fresh magazine.
Using the fencing variant,
The
yes.
sacrifice is not complete.
Fencing variant is actually pretty good for horde clear. And then you can kind of make up for like anything you lack in Majora's damage, like just spamming Intimidating Aura the entire game. Payday 2 mentioned it, hell yeah. And she has some hard weekly runs this evening. That one's pretty difficult, but yeah, we probably could do it.
Fresh cartridge.
But where's the last body? This one over here. Imperial Fist reporting for duty. This is an Ultramarine chat. This is an Ultramarine stream. This is a Blood Angel stream, actually. Even though we're currently a veteran Blade Guard. Kind of. We didn't give him, like, the full white helmet, but we did give him other stuff.
This one was the clay leader. You failed that opening. Tyranids dispatched and dismantled.
Ocular biometrics confirmed. Maintenance grade Delta Mu 2839. Access granted.
Hurry to the objective. Prepare for heavy resistance, brothers.
I don't even know why I checked back here. We have a relic. Not that we're gonna need it on this build.
There is no going back, brothers.
That reactor must be destroyed.
Two Xeno-
Honor our brothers. Honor our chapter.
Brace for Xeno's impact! Revenge on us! Throwing anti-armor! Tend to my wounds, lest it cost us out. Our brothers are avenged.
Now, engage the console to cripple the reactor. And Talassa, when those magnetic stabilizers stop, prepare for rapid egress.
Be advised, the gyroscopic containment shielding prevents catastrophic plasma dispersal. Plasma cores are now exposed. Caution advised.
A classic crackbait moment, not perfectly calculated what we're talking about.
Talassa, disengage.
We are losing time.
So you got all of our CHP back, so we can kill them and execute with it. I was trying to get into like the closest range possible to make it look like I was ore farming, but then we just died. Very unfortunate.
Follow the designated evacuation routes immediately.
Bears beats Battlestar Galactica. This guy watches The Office.
We are almost there!
Hurry! The cruiser has begun breaking apart. We will wait as long as we can.
The Dauntless is about to detonate!
Brace for turn. If not for your valor, Talassa.
How do you feel about them decreasing the amount of absolute missions needed for the capes? I mean, it's fine. I think it's a good thing. 70, almost 80,000 damage that time, Jesus.